Good evening. You are watching Goa 365 and I am Nisa Dias here to remind you of the people and event that made news in the week that went by. Last week saw corporators of Panjim hold the very people who elected them to ransom by refusing to collect garbage from the city. They saw to it that the Chief Minister paid a visit to the mayor at the hospital and assured him that he would initiate inquiry against the police for assaulting Tony Rodrigues. Last week saw the workers of Corporation of City of Panjim struck work to show solidarity with the mayor Tony Rodrigues. The workers were backed by the corporators or the elected representatives. For 4 days, the garbage was not collected in the city and tons of garbage was rotting all over the city. From the way the things have unfolded, it indicates that it was not the decision of the CCP workers to strike work. It was the decision of the elected representatives themselves to direct the workers not to collect the garbage. Simply because the moment Chief Minister met the mayor at the hospital, did the collection and disposal of garbage start. If the workers had to resort to strike, would they resume work during the night? Why were the people or residents of the capital city of Panjim made to suffer for the action of the mayor of Panjim to accompany Talegaon MLA to the police station? Did the residents of Panjim direct him to go to the police station? What is our Chief Minister reduced to? A mere puppet with strings held by so many sections of the society. And they pull the strings and he dances. The corporator demanded Chief Minister's presence and he acceded to their demand. Has Digambar Kamath retained or upheld any authority to the position he is holding? Dear voters or residents of Panjim, your city fathers care two hoots to your well-being. They are more for their well-being and only want to wield power. They held you all to ransom to make Chief Minister visit the injured mayor. Mayor should learn from this assault that he has to fight his own battles and pay his own scores and not at the cost of the people who elected you to power. The very next day, after being enlarged to bail Talegaon MLA Babush Monserrat, I have stopped calling him a strongman, initiated a process of getting back at the police. In a show of posturing, he lodged complaints with the police for manhandling him, his wife and son and ransacking his house. He said that he would not leave any stone unturned to get justice for his son and would oversee that the police involved in the attack of him and his family are brought to book. He said that he would strive to set up Human Rights Commission in Goa. It's nice to note that Talegaon MLA now realizes that there is something known as human rights. I wish to remind Babush that two persons who were paraded nude in Talegaon, allegedly at your behest, also had their rights. As you sow, so shall you reap. Last week saw Jennifer Monserrat lodge her complaint with Goa State Commission for Women, and surprisingly, she was accompanied by women activist Auda Viegas. Has the Monserrats lost their brashness and guts that they need to be accompanied either by their lawyers or NGOs? The group had a closed-door meeting with the Commission chairperson, Dr. Pramod Salgaonkar, during which there was a big uproar. We have been given to know that as elected representative, Jennifer was expecting suo motu action by the chairperson of the Commission, which did not happen, and hence the Monserrats' prestige was brought down to another few notches, which they now find it difficult to digest. Auda Viegas of Balanso Equot told the media that she has extended full support to Jennifer and termed the entire incident as injustice to women, and in the same breath said that women constables are bound to get hurt in line of service. Ironically though, we feel that the injured women constables need more help and support from NGOs, and Jennifer can fend for herself financially as well as otherwise. But for NGOs to tilt towards the Monserrat has not raised many an eyebrow, simply because all of us know which side of the bread is well buttered. While being on the topic of women, Public Prosecutor Sarojini Sardinia, assigned to oppose the bail application of the accused Babush Monserrat and others, also received a threatening call from accepting government's direction to argue the matter. Has Auda Viegas inquired from her about the incident or left her to fend for herself? To counter the move of the politicians demanding judicial inquiry and suspension of the police officers involved in the fracas, Keith and kin of these officers gathered at Azad Maidan to demand CBI inquiry into the incident. Sujata Naik, wife of DYSP Mohan Naik, who was in the thick of the entire incident, appealed to Goans to support the police during the time of crisis. She recounted the sacrifices made by policemen during many agitations in Goa and reminded that some have even lost their lives. Hence, there is always apprehension in their minds about the insecurity about their male members. Regarding the 19th February incident, she said that the police have acted within the framework of law, keeping humanity in mind, and that the accused have violated the human rights of police personnel. The presence of General Secretary of Goa Pradesh Congress Committee Vishnu Wagh, who is very close to Home Minister Ravi Naik, raised a lot of eyebrows. While the Home Minister declared that Babush is his friend, Vishnu was painting Babush all red and supported the police by stating that they have acted in self-defense. Wagh said Babush Montserrat thought that he was law unto himself, but the incident showed him that nobody is above law, and said people in every nook and corner of Goa were happy that Talegaon MLA was brought down to his knees. The stand taken by the Congress party seems to be quite puzzling. Chief Minister and Home Minister say that nobody can take law into their hands. And then Home Minister goes on to meet Babush Montserrat at the police station before being released on bail. Then the moment Babush was granted bail, Congress MLAs rushed to wish him and sympathize with him and his family and condemned the police, demanded judicial inquiry and suspension of the police personnel involved. The state executive body of Goa Pradesh Youth Congress, which met last week, also demanded a judicial inquiry into the assault on its members by Talegaon MLA and his supporters. The Youth Congress embarrassed most of the congressmen, stating that when they were assaulted by Babush and his supporters, most of the Congress MLAs had not visited them and were left to fend for themselves. The Youth Congress president is yet to learn how the Congress party functions. He needs to learn that loyalty in Congress is never appreciated, while dissent is always rewarded. The week before last, government in Goa had indicated that it did not have a spine. Bowing to the demands of the transport lobby and a couple of elected representatives, the Chief Minister had ordered notification regarding speed governors to be held in abeyance. Worse still, Digambar Kamath tried to hide behind the children and examination for his decision. When people travel only with a red light, they fail to see that bus owners and conductors and drivers do not cater to children because of the 50% concession. Hence, CM saying that children who would be appearing for examinations would be affected if transporters resort to strike did not make any sense, as earlier Transport Minister Pandurang Matkaikar had said that he had ensured that Karnataka government would make 1,000 buses available in case of a strike. However, last week, High Court stepped in and made it mandatory for speed governors to be fixed on transport vehicles. And lastly, international pop star Remo Fernandez showed that music can be enjoyed with the decibels prescribed under the Music Act. I hope all our musicians, hoteliers and restaurateurs and even event managers also have a change of heart and ear and allow the masses to sleep peacefully after a hard day's work. Thanks Remo for taking the lead and showing the way. That's all we have in Goa this week. I'll be back next week. Before we resume with more news, we'll take a short break.